More and more vehicles have features like lane assist or emergency braking. They're there to compensate for driver inattention or error. But how safe are they?
Automatic emergency braking is a terrific feature, and it has absolutely a documented reduction in front to rear, hit from behind collisions are down because of it. Lane keeping assist, less so.
Lane assist or lane centering uses cameras and sensors to detect lane markings, and the steering wheel is adjusted to keep the vehicle centered in its lane. Drivers still need to have their hands on the steering wheel, but it helps them steer and lets them relax a bit on longer drives. But this Quebec man says his Subaru overcompensated and forced him to swerve into another vehicle. Tobias Marzel was driving his 2021 Subaru Crosstrek on Highway 30 near Brossard when he noticed the steering wheel tugging him a bit to the left.
And all of a sudden, the steering wheel heading into a curve decided to jerk to the right heavily, and instantly I had collided with the vehicle right on my right side.
Neither driver was hurt, but Marzel is at fault for roughly $10,000 in damage to his car and about the same amount of damage to the other driver's vehicle. Since 2020, Transport Canada has received 6 complaints that are related to the lane assist or lane departure function for different makes or models. And those complaints include things like error messages, not performing well in icy, snowy conditions, as well as abrupt steering corrections. The Canadian Automobile Association has not received any complaints related to the lane assist feature. But if it didn't result in a crash, drivers probably aren't going to report it.
Every system is programmed differently. Some are better than others. Some are really gentle in their, in this tugging and this, centering, whereas some give you that ping pong effect that is kind of disconcerting when you're not used to it.
Caron says this can happen when a car is passing heavy transport trucks that are traveling close to the center line. Your instinct is to give the truck a wider berth, but the system is programmed to keep you centered.
So that's why paying attention and having a keen eye still is very, very important, especially even on long drives.
Caron recommends that drivers familiarize themselves with the lane assist feature on their car when they buy it. He doesn't know what happened to Marzel's car, but he suspects that perhaps the cameras inside misinterpreted what they're seeing. He thinks it's going to be hard for him to prove that the car malfunctioned. After the accident, Marzel posted in a Subaru Facebook group about what happened, and it received more than 300 comments. One included an accident that was very similar to his, and others said that they had turned the feature off because they didn't like how it felt and found it was too aggressive. Marzel contacted Transport Canada, who flagged the case to Subaru Canada, and they sent an investigator to run some diagnostic tests on the car at the beginning of November.
I just don't trust it anymore. It's not something that I want to use, and my safety, I always want to be 100% in control of the car from now on.
Subaru Canada said it values the safety of its owners and all Canadians. They said this incident is being investigated. Transport Canada is in the process of creating regulations around these types of features.